Sideline TV's management, staff, or board of directors.
Detroit basketball!
And hello and welcome into Views from the Sidelines. I'm your host, Joey Tysick. Alongside me, as always, Malik Hill. We are in the year 2026, and
It's been a little while.
it's been a while. It's been
a couple days, a few hours, and a few minutes.
A month.
Yeah.
We missed the month of December, which is fine. It's holiday season. I got sick a bunch. We had things come up, so it is what it is. But I wanted to run through the laundry list of things that happened while we were gone, and then we'll get into some of
just a few quick notes.
some of the more important ones. So first off, the Lions missed the playoffs, losing to Aaron Rodgers and Max Brosmer of all things. Sharon Moore was fired, also because of
For cause. Should we just say that?
nefarious things with employees.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if we touched on Jonathan Smith is also gone. I think he was already gone. The Pistons are atop of the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
College football playoffs are actually wrapping up. The NFL playoffs are about to start, and there's no Patrick Mahomes, there's no Joe Burrow, there's no Lamar Jackson, there's no Jared
one
Goff,
left, and
there's no Baker Mayfield.
He doesn't have many excuses left.
No,
Say his name, Joey.
Josh Allen. This is your time, my
This is
guy.
it.
And
You or Trevor Lawrence? Who's it going to be?
I'm already shifting to college basketball because it's been really fun.
Two Michigan teams
Yeah,
kind of dominating college basketball. Well, besides the Nebraska ball loss.
yeah,
Praise Nebraska ball.
and that's just the tip of the iceberg with everything. So, obviously, the big one that happened pretty shortly after we last did a podcast was
Michigan lost to Ohio State to start.
Michigan football
Not much to talk about with
and the
that.
full breakdown.
Yeah.
So, Malik, give us an update of about Michigan football and what happened and where they're going and where they're
I'm
at.
wondering if I should do this in like steps. Like step 1, Michigan lost to Ohio State.
Yep, not a big surprise.
Step 2, rumors start coming out about Sharon while they're prepping for a bowl season. Step 3, he's fired because the rumors are true. And he's in a white jumpsuit a few days later, going to jail, being arraigned.
He'd been in contact with Mel Tucker, maybe.
Oh
Just
my
a rumor.
God. Just insanity in the state of Michigan in the
kidding.
past 5 years.
It was terrible.
Yeah, there's a coach search. They're looking at a few guys. Kenny Dillingham says no, gets paid at Arizona State. Kalen DeBoer says no, goes into the playoffs with Alabama. Matt Campbell takes the Penn State job. I feel like if the job was open a few days earlier, Matt Campbell probably would have took the Michigan job, but he's in Happy Valley, and they're the Penn State Cyclones basically because he's raiding all of Iowa State's roster. And they end up coming down to a man that retired but didn't retire. He agreed to step down at Utah. Been the coach at Utah for almost 20 years at this point. Well,
Yeah.
around 20
Yeah, I think
years.
it's 20 years. I think he started in 2005.
Yeah. Kyle Whittingham,
What, 5-year deal?
5-year deal. He's not a young buck.
No. 5
Not a
years.
young buck.
I would think 5 years is
Yeah.
pretty much it.
But he's kind of like the Pete Carroll type, where like he's in better shape than Pete Carroll. Like he looks younger than his age. He's in his 60s, and he's a winner.
Yeah.
I believe he's the most like non-Michigan man there is. Like his style of coaching in football is everything Michigan fans love and remember from the past and like. But he also has done a great job modernizing. I think he's had 3 or 4 3,000-yard passers in the past 5 years, which shows they love to run the ball and play tough, but he also has let guys come in and throw the ball and make some explosive plays, which is good for what Michigan wants. He's brought a lot of the Utah staff. He's brought over BYU's defensive coordinator, Jay Hill, who's one of the he has a lot of good young minds as coordinators. And he'll most likely let them coach, unlike Sharon did, where he had his hands all over every part of the team, which was good sometimes and bad most times.
Sorry.
So
that is 2 on the nose.
Sorry. I didn't even mean to,
I know.
allude to it, but
Anyway.
hey, it's all his fault. But I like the hire. He's going to stabilize the program. There's been no controversies at Utah at all.
Yeah.
He's just known for coaching and winning. He only won 3 conference titles in like 20 years with Utah, but there was a progression with that program. He had to get better players.
Yeah. And they've been
Things
very
had to-
good in recent years.
Yeah. They were known for upsetting USC a lot. Whenever USC had hype, they would knock them off. They would split the Holy War with BYU a lot. He's a very good, consistent coach that's been around for a long time. He's a professional.
Yeah.
He's an adult in the room that knows how to run a program.
Right. And he feels like he'll be a coach that at least can start getting the program back in the right direction.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's the case. Bryce Underwood just decided to re-sign. I hate all that kind of stuff.
We're not even going to get into all of it.
but
I'm entertained by the
he's
transfer
back.
portal, but there's no rules and it's nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bryce Underwood is back. More importantly, Andrew Marsh, the receiver, came back.
Mm-hmm.
A few guys stepped into the portal. Zeke Berry went into the portal. He came back in the corner. Jet Garnera, a guard that started for half of the season, went to the portal. He's decided to return. I think they've only lost 2 or 3 guys from the freshman class, so they've done a very good job so far of maintaining what could have been a disaster,
Yeah.
a major problem. They've kept a lot of the things together. I still hope they hit some parts of the transfer portal. They haven't gotten anybody yet, but they've done a fantastic job so far of just keeping everything together and having things not fall apart.
Yeah. So what would you say your expectations would be for next year? Is it back to playoff or bust, or do you give them a year?
So next year, the schedule gets harder.
Mm-hmm.
You have returners, but they're guys that are good to very good players that a few of them need to take the step to elite. Bryce Underwood needs to go from an inconsistent freshman to a very good college quarterback with all the money he's making and the talent he has. He has Andrew Marsh with him. He's going to come back. I'm sure they're going to bring in some other receivers, and they have some younger guys that should get better. There's a chance Justin Haynes and Jordan Marsh will come back, which would be huge.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely huge. And they're bringing in the top running back in the country, Savion Hyder. So the running game could be absolutely bananas, which could just open up the pass game even more. And I trust Kyle Whittingham and his staff to shore all of those things up. I believe the coaching level has gone up so high from last year and what it's been the past few years.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's playoff or bust because the schedule is going to be more difficult. But I expect at least like 9 wins. Like there shouldn't be any type of drop off. It should be at least 9-3, and depending on how they look like after spring practice and going into things fully healthy, I'd expect even more. So yeah, it's hard to judge so far, but I'd expect them to at least be a very good bowl team and challenge most of the good teams on their schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Michigan, kind of a reset. Michigan State, like we mentioned, also on a reset.
Yeah.
Aiden Childs is transferred out. Nick Marsh, unfortunately, transferred out. He's going to be at Indiana.
The growing superpower Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep getting better. Do they have a quarterback for next year lined up already, or
Michigan State?
no? Indiana.
Oh,
To replace
they
Mendoza.
they have the top transfer portal class already.
Okay.
It's insane. They brought over Josh Hoover from TCU, who's
Okay.
thrown for like over 9,000 yards. He's kind of a gunslinger. He can be volatile sometimes, decision making, but he has tons of arm talent and he's mobile and can make all the throws.
Okay.
Yeah, that plus Nick Marsh and a few other guys.
Yeah. So Michigan State, I don't know. We'll wait to see.
Listen, you got a hard-nosed coach,
Yeah.
a guy that you hope can revive some of that D'Antonio magic from the past.
Yeah. We'll see. There's a lot. But anyway, so let's move on to the Lions. They also stumbled their way to the finish, and it happened right after we last did a podcast. They lost on Thanksgiving to the Packers. Once again, kind of just threw the game away. Seemed like they were, doing well for the most part.
I feel like up until the Steelers game, Lions fans had hope.
Yeah, and I mean, they didn't play like awful on Thanksgiving, but they didn't play great. The offensive line was still struggling. Then they come back, they put up 44 on the Cowboys. They looked good again, but the Cowboys defense is no good. So it's hard to kind of gauge what they were doing there. And then They lost to the Rams, which the Rams had been going on a run at that point. They had a chance to beat the Rams as well, but they just couldn't make a stop. Their secondary was terrible in that game. And then at home to the Steelers, it just fell apart. And
in every way possible.
they just
Every way.
looked awful. They let Jalen Warren run for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. They let Kenneth Gainwell make the play of his life on a receiving touchdown that went for 45 yards. They had no run game at all. They could not run the ball to save their lives.
By this point, the O-line was just completely in shambles.
Yeah. And they had to make a huge fourth quarter comeback even to even make it close. I forgot about the safety that they allowed, where Jared just did not throw the ball away, and he had plenty of time to do so. And so they lost that game 29-24. Then they go into the Christmas game, which now, because they lost to the Steelers, Christmas was a must-win against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Then we got news that J.J. McCarthy was going to be out for the game. I think it was still his hand injury. So Max Brosmer is starting, which Max Brosmer in his previous start was awful. So you thought free win. Check that. Was not a free win. Max Brosmer threw for 51 yards.
He was there in presence as a quarterback. Like he was there to fill the position.
The Vikings had, let me see if I can find it. They had 161 total yards. The Vikings did. And the Lions lost 23-10.
The offense was
because
non-existent.
Jared Goff threw 2 picks, fumbled it 3 times, I believe. Jameer Gibbs
6
also had
turnovers that day. Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs also had a fumble, and they just looked awful. So now they've gone 0-2 against the Vikings on the year. Both were miserable losses. The first one was the game after the bye. Then this one on Christmas that turned into an absolute crap show was like their worst loss in years, in my opinion. And that eliminated them from the playoffs. They had no chance. And so then they go into Chicago.
And they win.
And they beat the
They
Bears.
beat the Bears.
19-16 to go 2-0 against the Bears this season.
Good team morale, baby. Good team morale against the NFC North winners.
And they almost threw it away, actually, because they let the Bears come back late in the fourth quarter.
We didn't even mention the Bears won the NFC North, which, yeah.
Yeah. And so, once again, Jameer Gibbs struggled. The offensive line was just not that good down the stretch. And then again, people are excited they won against the Bears both times, but the Bears get the last laugh. They're the second seed, and they won the division. So, I don't know who's laughing now. So
Ben Johnson is laughing on his throne.
with his shirt off.
Yes.
And so it was just a big disappointment to the end of the Lions season. And a lot of it falling on the offensive line, the defense not being able to make stops. I know the secondary was banged
No
up.
pass rush.
But like a lot of people have pointed out, for some reason, that last game of the season, in the Bears game, they played more zone than they had all season. And they looked good on defense. Maybe you should play a little less man when all your studs are out. So
listen, when I'm gonna let you go. I was just gonna say
go for it.
When you make lazy coordinator hires, this is what happens.
Yes,
and we'll get to Brad's one of the biggest off seasons for a GM maybe in league history.
Yeah,
maybe.
So speaking of coordinators, John Morton's already been fired. He's gone.
Dan Campbell took over play calling in week 4?
Yeah, I think it was officially like week 7.
Yeah, so John was just there basically in spirit.
Right. Calvin Shepard, we don't know. I would assume he's going to stay.
There were moments where the defense looked really good, and then they just fell off a cliff at one point.
I've heard
injuries did that too.
I've heard people point out maybe he just needs like some veteran leadership alongside him as an assistant, and I could agree with that. Like maybe just get some pointers here and there to help him out. I don't know who that would be, but I don't mind keeping him. But the offensive coordinator will be really interesting. I don't know why nobody would like this. Should be a top job for people to
100%
want to be an OC in this offense.
It should not be hard to find top coordinators
and
for this team. It shouldn't be hard.
And so there's some crazy stuff going on because there's a big coaching carousel right now in the NFL. Kevin Stefanski was fired from the Browns. John Harbaugh was fired from the Baltimore Ravens today.
Raheem Morris in Atlanta.
Raheem Morris.
Which I think you could line him up as a D coordinator, but yeah.
Jonathan Gannon is out at Arizona.
Did you say Pete Carroll?
No, I did not.
Yeah. One and done.
He's done.
Him and Gino. you had your
But I'm curious now. Apparently one of the teams that called John Harbaugh or his agent, supposedly there's 7 teams or so. 6 of them were teams that had the vacated slot.
Yeah, the Giants are fighting hard apparently.
Right.
Yeah.
But apparently one of the teams that has a head coach that called on John Harbaugh was the Dolphins. And so if Mike McDaniel is out at the Dolphins, I wouldn't be opposed to it if he was to come here to be an offensive coordinator. Wouldn't be opposed to it.
I'm going to be completely honest. I forgot what his specialty was as a coach.
That's mostly.
I kind of thought it was defense, but
I'm pretty sure it's offense.
I couldn't remember.
And like creativity.
Okay.
He's like one of those creative minds.
I just remembered the prime Ravens. They were that tough, hard-nosed team.
Yeah.
And Harbaugh was just like the leader of.
I'm talking about Mike McDaniels.
Oh, I thought you were talking about John Harbaugh.
No, because John Harbaugh would get a head coaching job. So
Mike McDaniels would be an awesome coordinator.
Right.
Hire.
So I was thinking if the Dolphins were able to sway John Harbaugh to come there, they get rid of Mike McDaniels.
Okay.
We get Mike McDaniels.
Okay, I got you.
That's why I said it's kind of crazy because of all the coaching changes right now. So it's kind of a wait and see, but there should be some pretty good options, I think, for the Lions. But this is going to be a huge offseason. They have a lot to figure out. Taylor Decker might be retiring. Graham Glasgow sounds like he's retired already.
The guy that was retired, you tried to bring back, and he couldn't play.
Right, and he's most likely going to stay retired from what it sounds like. Some people are hoping, well, maybe he'll get ready and he'll come back next year, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So they got to figure out the offensive line. They got to still figure out the defense.
Pass rush. The place where you were fine.
Yes.
The place where we're fine.
Yeah.
You got to get another pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
You probably need another corner.
Yeah.
Will your safeties be ready to play next season? Who knows?
Right. And then, the other thing too, like
the one bright spot, Jack Campbell took a step this season.
Yes.
Is that like the one bright spot of the defense? Because Jack Campbell was becoming what people thought he could be.
Right. He took over the defensive play calling. He's kind of the leader on the defense now, kind of taking over for Anzalone, which is nice.
Lee McNeil was terrible too. You got to get a defensive tackle too.
Yep.
And was Tyleek Williams there?
He did okay at times. He showed flashes, but he's got a lot of work to do.
I don't remember seeing him like
DJ Reader is going to be gone. His contract's expired. You're not going to bring him back. He was fine. He was a body. So there's a lot of question marks.
I'm going to strip the mic from what I said. Is this the biggest GM offseason? Like I don't know what other off seasons you could stack it up to, but Brad Holmes.
Yeah, this is his defining.
Yeah,
this would be his defining moment, I think, because this is where you either actually make the turnaround,
you sink or swim,
or you have to start talking about rebuild.
Yes,
which is sad. So yeah, it's a huge offseason, and some people are excited that they beat the Bears week 18, but realistically, that lost you like 4 or 5 draft positions.
This isn't 2022.
Right.
Were you in the season on the Packers loss and everything looked phenomenal?
Right. And you're like, okay, we got something. We got something going. No, you beat Ben Johnson, who's going to the playoffs now. You didn't stop them from doing anything. You beat a playoff team, which you hadn't done in months. Sure, whatever. But and this is going to be a good defensive draft class. So like moving from, we could have been 13, 14 in the draft. We're now 17 or 18, I think. So like that could be a difference, unfortunately. So we'll see. It was a real disappointing season, that's for sure. Not one that many people expected. And now next year we are going to have a last place schedule, which I guess is good, but then that brings more expectations. Like if we're bad next year or even mediocre next year, that's a bad sign.
I honestly think it should be the same expectations as this year with the crazy tough schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Just get in.
Right.
Because getting the 1 seed doesn't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Just get in.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we don't get in next year, that is a problem.
Absolutely.
We have the Titans, the Giants.
That means Brad Holmes messed up again.
The Cardinals. I almost want to say we play the Jets as well. Like, we are playing bottom tier teams.
Basically, like what the Patriots had this year is what the Lions have next year.
We only have a couple really good teams. Obviously, division games are going to be really good or really tough. And then the Bills are another tough team that we have. And then I do think we play the whole AFC East. So I think it's the Patriots as well. So those are like some tough matchups, but the majority are cupcake schedule. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's going to be tough, but lots to do in the offseason. I need to see, like, not trading away draft picks. We're going to need all the draft picks, I think. We need to make offseason moves. We're going to have to restructure a lot of deals probably. What are we going to do with David Montgomery? I hope he sticks around, but the signs haven't been looking good lately.
You might have to just get somebody else to pair with Jameer.
So we'll see. There's a lot of question marks for this team, which is really unfortunate for where they've been. So, anything else on the Lions before we start getting to the happier topics?
Just, I'm excited to see what Brad Holmes does.
Let Brad cook.
Listen, Giovanni Manu, baby.
We may have to stop saying that.
20 Isaac Tesla targets for 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But he should have had more.
Was it worth it?
Was it? That's the question.
Okay. So, Pistons.
What a time to be alive, Joey.
Atop of the Eastern Conference.
How old do you feel right now?
Like I'm 12.
I feel like I'm like 9. 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Fresh-faced Malik.
It's been about how long it's been, probably. The Pistons they've just been cooking. And, I'm still hesitant, and I hate to even say it, but the Eastern Conference is so bad.
It sucks.
It's so bad.
Now, you give credit to Boston for getting up to the second seed.
They are the second.
With no Jason Tatum.
I don't know if I give them credit.
A bunch of scrappy dudes. And Jaylen Brown taking the superstar leap.
They are one of the better defensive teams in the league. I'll give them that.
I told my friends earlier, they play harder than most people. They have a consistent magnet ball, which means like Derek White can hit 8 threes at any point. Mm-hmm. Peyton Pritchard can hit 7. Sam Hauser can hit 7.
Yeah.
And then Jaylen Brown is unstoppable right now. He's unstoppable.
Yeah. But I don't know what that says about the rest of the Eastern Conference. That's my bigger problem.
Shouts out to Chris's guy, Luka Garza, getting real minutes on a contender. Shouts out to him.
So the Pistons have been playing good, even though they've had like a rotation of injuries going on lately. Like they've won 2 straight. They beat the Cavs and they beat the Knicks without Jalen Duren and Tobias Harris, which is wild.
This is what culture does.
Mm-hmm.
When you actually build like a program,
and
an NBA franchise, you can keep things rolling when some players are out.
Dennis Jenkins continues,
to
be an essential piece right now.
Got to sign him soon, and he won't be that expensive.
Right.
Dennis will be happy to get a decent contract.
Just something.
Listen, 2 years, $4 million.
Yeah, I don't know.
$2 million.
I don't know what things would look like.
He looks like he could be a playoff contributor.
Yeah, and it would be nice to lock him up for a low amount before he maybe shows that he can continue this for years to come. Cade obviously has been outstanding.
MVP
I think he's 3rd or 4th in MVP right now, and same with like All-Star voting. He's one of the top vote getters right now. It's just kind of a wild time to be alive. He's also gone to headband mode
a couple times.
Which
when he has the braids, he goes with the headband.
Which me personally, I love the braid headband look for him way more than his fro look.
Listen,
to me personally,
we're Ben Wallace kids. We
I know,
gotta respect the fro.
But I think that's why, like, let's have a different identity. Like,
I don't think he's copying Ben
Wallace.
No,
I don't either. Yeah. I don't either. But like, when I think of like a good fro, that's what I think of Ben Wallace.
Jared Allen is the only person with like a real afro today,
and like
it's mostly just like blowouts,
right?
Now.
And so like for me, I just like Cade just looks a little meaner when he's got the braids and the headband. So to me, I just like the look.
He looks like a 2000s hooper with that.
maybe that's
look,
what it is. Just looks a little tougher. I don't know. I like it. I like the look. So, we're supposed to be getting Karis LeVert back.
Who has been it's kind of one of the only negatives of the team.
Yeah, but
nobody has been a fan of Karras.
He's shown signs of like
yeah, I haven't hated him
Karras
as much as other Pistons fans,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Duncan Robinson's been playing great, knocking down shots, doing what he needs to do. Jaden Ivey's still been solid.
He has looked better than I expected coming
Yeah.
off that injury.
Mm-hmm.
When he comes off, he really gives them energy.
Yeah. So it's still a wait and see if they're gonna make a move or not. Right now, the big topic is Michael Porter Jr. How would you feel about that?
I'm back and forth on it.
I haven't looked at the logistics of what it would
Yeah.
take.
At first, I was like, no, because I don't think he fit the culture. But he's playing like he played in high school right now.
Yeah.
Which his confidence being at that level, that's kind of scary. Because like his shot difficulty is. Have you like watched his highlights?
No.
He's like hand in the face half the time, like wet.
Yeah.
Like he's averaging an efficient 25, and Brooklyn isn't horrible. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn is not terrible. They're kind of like interesting to watch.
But he's like their main guy, so
yeah,
that would be
like they're not gonna make the playoffs,
right.
Yeah.
That would be my only concern is like he would go back to a role similar to what he was on Denver if he was to come to the Pistons. Probably a little bit
the
more.
second offensive option.
Yeah, it would be a little bit higher, but still, like he's not the first option like he is right now. So maybe that's part of why he's playing free. But who knows? Like Cade's second in the league in assists, I believe, right behind Jokic, which is wild. But so maybe like him and Cade would work really well together.
Yeah, Cade is unselfish just as much as he's a killer with the ball in his hands. So he would get Michael Porter in his positions.
Yeah, so I don't hate it. Again, it always comes down to what is it going to take to get the offer done. So I'm not sure. I haven't really paid attention that much to what people are saying it would cost.
I'm assuming it would only be like Tobias, Ron / Jaden.
I was gonna say
in a pick.
It's always the similar stuff. It comes down to how many picks does a team want or can they get.
Like Brooklyn already has like they picked 5 people in the first round this year.
Yeah,
I don't think they're looking for like 5 more first round picks.
Right.
They'll probably just want a few guys that could like shore up their lineups.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if the Pistons are part of the trade market. From what I've been hearing, it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like they're going to stay pat, which that always is like a toss-up for me because I understand they're playing really well right now. They just beat the Knicks, which was kind of like their rival, the one that you would be worried about the most in the playoffs probably. But my like problem right now is like, can they compete with the top of the West? Like if they made the NBA Finals and they're up against OKC or the Spurs.
That's a question for everybody in the East. Like you said, the East is so rough right now.
Right.
Nobody knows. It's almost a luxury to be in the East right now because you don't have to play the West until the finals.
Right.
So nobody knows what it would look like.
Right.
But the Pistons probably would have the best chance just because of their style of play and how tough they are.
I almost feel like.
And OKC's look kind of shaky lately too.
Yeah. I was going to say, I almost feel like they match up better against OKC than they would against
Jalen
the
Duren
Spurs.
and Beef Stew would have Chet and Hell.
Right.
It would be.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
And then, like, Cade and Shea would obviously be crazy. But then, like, those secondary guys, I feel like the Pistons could kind of keep up. Like, you have, like, Lou Dort, Asar Thompson, like, kind of similar in ways.
I think Asar, he would do a good job of up against Jalen Williams, too.
Right.
Yeah, he'd making him frustrated.
Yeah.
And
So
then,
I think that would be an interesting matchup. Tobias as the veteran, I wouldn't like. I don't remember. I know he's out right now, but Isaiah Hartenstein, like, I don't see him doing anything.
Jalen
crazy.
Duren would probably that would be a nice center matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm most impressed with the bench unit and how they've played in the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like Marcus Sasser comes off an injury and he's just lighting it up. He's on fire.
Yeah.
Like everybody says they need a shooter. He comes off and he's a shooter right now.
Yeah.
Javonte Green's energy has been fantastic.
I was but a bit of a hater on Javonte Green, but I'm coming around a little bit.
The fit has been seamless. Like his defense is great. He's a high level athlete. His dunks give them energy.
Yeah.
And then he was 4-6 from 3 the other night against the Knicks. Like he does so much.
Yeah.
Dennis Jenkins, like you said, a nice surprise. Everybody's just playing a role and doing what they're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah. So it's been fun. I haven't looked at their schedule. But
I have it up right now. So tonight they play the Bulls.
right.
Should be a win at home.
Yeah, which is no big deal. Like I just want to I guess the Clippers is a decent matchup. They've been playing a little bit better lately.
Kawhi Leonard has been out of control lately, and he
Yeah.
gave them 50 plus the last time they played in LA.
Right. You play the Celtics in a couple weeks. That's a good matchup, but again,
They got a hell of a run of home games. They could sweep a lot of this.
The Rockets will be a good one because that's at home.
Mhm.
I think that gives you a little taste of the Western Conference.
Yeah, they should have a winning record in the next like 8-9 games. From what
They
I'm
have the
looking at.
Nuggets at the end of the month. That'll be a big one for me.
But the Jokic isn't playing.
Is he still going to be out?
Uh,
How long
we'll
is he
see,
out
we'll
for?
see.
Do you know? I don't
I
remember.
thought it was at least 4 weeks.
Okay, so it might be close.
Yeah.
They play the Warriors, which the Warriors aren't playing that
Yeah.
well. They play the Nuggets again, so that'll be kind of nice.
I
then
was
they-
just looking at January.
Yeah, I've started going forward just to try to get an idea of like how many games do they have to really like test themselves.
Going
Like,
into All-Star break, they should still be 1 or 2 in the East.
they got a couple games against the Knicks, and then they do have the Spurs at the end of February.
That'll
Oh,
be a
they
fun
have
one.
they have the Spurs and Thunder in 3 days. That'll
I
be
just saw that. Yeah.
that'll be
Spurs
great.
Pistons on Peacock.
Those
And
will,
then, of course, they play the Thunder on.
and then the Cavs at the end of the week.
Mhm.
So that'll be a really good test week for them.
Who-
Spurs, Thunder,
Yeah.
Cavs.
The Cavs they've been struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been struggling.
But still, and then they play the Spurs again. Okay, end of February, early March, I'm going to be trying to really pay attention just because it's a really tough stretch for them and will be a really good test. So still a little bit of ways, but they'll have some games here and there that can give you an idea. But I think they can kind of run away in the East right now.
If they stay healthy and stay locked in, which
Mhm.
it seems like there's no problem for them staying locked in.
Right.
It's the one thing is they do have shooting slumps.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Duncan, they can go cold from the 3.
Yeah.
And just overall offense can struggle sometimes.
Mhm.
But hey, they're 27-9.
Quickly, I wanted to mention the NFL playoffs. Like I said, no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar. Kind of wild, kind of wide open. I'm excited for the NFL playoffs. I don't want to linger on it too much because those games are going to happen this weekend. Seahawks are the 1 seed in the NFC. Broncos are the 1 seed in the AFC. Like you mentioned before, Josh Allen, it's his first playoff series where he doesn't have to worry about Mahomes.
Does he let Liam Cohen and the upstart Jaguars take the AFC?
Yeah. I don't know.
Listen, the Broncos are the 1 seed, so you can't just disrespect them. But the AFC is so weird that
Mhm.
you don't know where it's going to come from.
Well, that's how the NFC kind of feels too. Like the Seahawks are the 1 seed, but they're led by
Patriots are 14-3.
they're led by Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
Do we believe in Sam Darnold? I don't know.
nobody knows, man.
It's hard. And then the Bears are the 2 seed. Then you somehow got the Eagles and 49ers playing against each other. They're kind of sneaking in. Panthers and Rams are playing each other.
49ers might beat the Eagles because
The
the
Eagles,
home field advantage could help, but the Eagles' offense has just been
but the Eagles
strange all season.
have also been the best defense in the last so many weeks, apparently.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the playoffs in that sense. Just makes it exciting. So I just wanted to briefly touch on it. We don't have to go into anything. College football playoffs has actually been pretty fun too, watching. Mostly because of Trinidad Chambliss, in my opinion. That's my
Listen,
excitement
the
towards it.
Grand Rapids, Forest Hills kid.
I
Lighten up
want
the world.
Indiana versus Ole Miss.
Listen, you know how much I love parity.
Mhm.
I love this Final Four. A lot of people are falling out of love with college football. It's chaos and it's too much right now, and the NCAA has to clean up a
Yeah.
lot, and it seems like they won't because I'm not gonna say the word I was about to say. They suck. That's what I'll say. But listen, it's beautiful chaos.
Mm.
They're like the fact that we can get this result in a 12-team playoff to me shows that everything isn't bad.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want Ohio State and Georgia and Alabama and LSU. I don't want the same teams every year.
Right.
Like, you want to go back to 2011 when Alabama played LSU for the 3rd time,
Right.
and Alabama won like 21-0 in the national championship. It was boring.
Yeah.
It was boring.
Mm-hmm.
There were superpowers, and it was who cares?
Yep.
So I'm loving the parody so far.
Right. Yeah, me too. So Indiana, just be aware, if you win the championship, you only get one more year, and then we're done with you, okay? So anyway, college football playoffs have been fun. NFL playoffs, I think, are going to be fun. Wild to see Carson Beck playing pretty good.
Now he only had to do so much.
Right.
He followed the game plan. He didn't make mistakes, and they just played tougher than Ohio State.
Yeah.
Which was beautiful to watch.
Right. That game's tomorrow, right? Is that
I believe so.
Miami and Ole Miss
Let me make sure.
plays tomorrow? And Oregon
I'll have
and
to scroll all the
Indiana
way
is
down.
on Friday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Miami, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Friday is Oregon, Indiana.
Yep. And then championships on the 19th, which always feels like a weird
Just strange, yeah.
break.
They got to fix the dates. They're so weird.
Yeah, I know they're trying to not clash with the NFL playoffs. It's kind of the other problem with the college football playoff. Anyway, but football playoffs, I've been excited. So hopefully the NFL lives up to what college has done so far.
And before we move on to college basketball, I got to finish with a little sicko college football thought.
Okay.
You got to watch these highlights later. The FCS championship on Monday was one of the best games of the entire season. It was incredible. Montana State versus Illinois State ended 34-35 in overtime. It was, that's all I'll say. It was chaos. There were big plays. You will watch it and you will text me after and be like, what in the world did I just watch? Okay. It was an incredible game. Shouts out to FCS football, the last pure football left.
Okay.
Pure football.
All right. And we saved the best topic, in my opinion, right now for last.
Basketball in the state of Michigan.
College basketball has been kind of wild already, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
Especially in the Big Ten, especially right here in the state.
Those top three schools are fighting. It's going to be a fight all throughout the season.
Yeah. Michigan, ranked number 2 in the country.
Yeah.
13-0. And not just a plain regular 13-0. They are still blowing teams
They've
out.
been the Monstars
Except
until
for-
last night,
yes.
but we'll get to that.
Last night was a difference.
They've been the Monstars of college basketball
But
so
their
far.
point differential has probably been 25 again.
Yeah. They were a 22.5 point favorite against USC. They didn't play that well and won 90-60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They beat Gonzaga, who is ranked 8th right now. They beat them by 30 early on.
That was very early.
We talked about it already, but where do you see Michigan right now? Do you think they can? I know they faltered last night, but do you think they can rally? Is there a chance they run the table? Is there a chance they could be the 1 seed coming up here?
I think both of those are on the table. How Dusty May structured this roster through the portal and through recruiting is nothing short of masterful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Morez Johnson has been a beast down low and rebounding. Ademara has been a really good playmaker out the post. He's still figuring out his game down low offensively and needs to become a better free throw shooter, but he's been a plus. Yax Lindeborg has been the best player out the portal. Yeah. He's been a superstar. He has a few nagging injuries, but he should get healthy. Elliot Cadeau notoriously couldn't shoot at North Carolina. He's shooting 45% from 3 for Michigan so far, and he's been a very good playmaker. Everything is hitting.
Yeah.
And then you add in Trey McKinney, 5-star from St. Mary's, best player in Michigan, comes into Michigan. He's averaging 11 a game, almost 40% from 3. He looks comfortable and confident on the offensive end, and he's playing hard on defense. They look like a complete team.
Yeah.
And the hype from the media has been crazy, which I think isn't going to help them later.
Right.
And kind of bit them last night when they played Penn State.
Yeah.
Who was missing their best player, true freshman Caden Mingo.
Mm-hmm.
They only won 74-72 in Happy Valley against a shorthanded 0-3 in the Big Ten Penn State team.
Yeah.
And I fully believe they came in expecting to have another easy win.
Mm-hmm.
And when they got off to a slow start, they would miss some shots, get in foul trouble. Penn State would fight back, double-digit lead, rotate that formula over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And when you looked up with less than a minute left, Penn State was within 3 points.
Yeah. I think it's just a reminder that, you cannot take nights off in the Big Ten.
That's why I said the media hype, they could go undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Will they go be the 1 seed and not lose a game up to the national champ? Listen.
Right.
Calm down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand the media. The media always does what it does. They're gonna overhype and do too much always.
Mm-hmm.
But when the players start buying into it, is when games like this happen.
Right.
You didn't expect a fight. You expected another 30 to 40 point win. We'll hit most of our threes. We'll run them off the court, and we'll laugh, and we'll high five on the sideline within the last 5 minutes.
Right.
Your offense was slow.
Mm-hmm.
Morris Johnson got into foul trouble. Yaxel Lindeborg didn't play well. You turned it over. Penn State had 15 offensive rebounds, and they played tougher and they fought.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost lost to a much worse team because you were not ready for a fight.
Yeah.
Came out with a win. You never complain about conference wins, especially in the Big Ten.
Right.
You never complain.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a reminder that you got to be awake.
Yep.
You can't just sleepwalk and win easily by 30 every game.
Right.
And I'm happy they got the win, but I've told you this before, even with Michigan football and Michigan basketball in the past. You can't just cruise through a season.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be some adversity, whether it's a loss or a close win that you didn't expect. You have to be waking up every now and then out of your sleep. And I think that woke them up last night.
Especially, again, because the Big Ten is already proving they're one of the better conferences in the country once again. And just looking at the schedule, luckily they have a lot of favorable games at home, or some of their tougher games at home.
Yeah.
Got Wisconsin coming up. That's at home. Go on the road to Washington and Oregon. Then they come back. Indiana's going to be tough, but that's at home. Ohio State's going to be tough.
The last 2 games of this month.
Mm-hmm.
The top 3 teams in the conference battle back-to-back.
Right.
Michigan. Nebraska comes to Michigan.
Right.
And then Michigan goes to Breslin.
Right. So luckily, Nebraska's at home, but then you got to travel to Breslin.
Mm-hmm.
And those are short turnarounds, relatively. So I'm excited for it. Nebraska right now undefeated, 15-0. Michigan State 13-2, but they've only lost to really good teams.
Yeah.
So that's been fun. And then it doesn't let up. Michigan gets a little bit of a break, but then they got Purdue in February. They got Duke in February. They got Illinois at the end of February. And then, of course, you got Iowa and Michigan State to round out the season.
In the season with MSU.
It's going to be wild. I don't think they can run the table, but I just don't think anybody can run the table anymore in college basketball. So that's me personally.
They're not about to go like 29-3. Like that's not about to happen.
But I could see there's a potential they could get the 1 seed though.
Mm-hmm.
The overall, depending on, obviously what happens. But there's got to be, consistency that they keep that up.
I'll backtrack. They could end with like 3 or 4 losses because, like, besides Michigan State and Nebraska, they might have a handle with most of the schedule. But like you said, like we saw last night, if you fall asleep, anything is possible.
Right.
You could lose to any team in the Big Ten because they're all going to play hard, and you're the top dog.
Right.
Everybody's going to show up.
Right. Eventually, you're just going to be that target on your back every night.
Exactly. And when you go on the road into these, you go to play at Northwestern. Michigan has lost at Northwestern before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these teams are excited to play you, and they're looking forward to it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yep. And on the other end, Michigan State, they've been playing really well, actually. They've continued to play well, which...
While still not being a very good shooting team,
right?
They've played fantastic basketball.
Yeah. So their only losses on the season were Duke. That was back in December. Really good game. They were close for a while, and Duke just kind of pulled out. And then they just lost last Friday against Nebraska in a really close, tight-knit game, kind of an old-school, ugly game, 58-56. They lost to Nebraska, but we're finding out Nebraska's a really good team.
Yeah. We got to talk about them more at some point, but yeah, we only have so much time to
right.
talk. Yeah.
And they're kind of a gritty team as well. But then they bounced back and they destroyed USC.
Michigan and Michigan State beat USC by 30.
Yeah. After USC was ranked. So Michigan State beat them 80-51, which is great. Their schedule kind of lightens up for a bit as well. They don't really play anybody in the Big Ten that's meaningful until the end of the month against Michigan, which obviously is.
Well, I think it could be the same for Michigan State.
Yeah,
well. Like, you can't fall asleep.
Right,
like,
don't get punched in the mouth.
I think Indiana is like starting to return to what their culture is, so you can't be asleep, even though it's at Breslin. So
I was going to say, similarly to Michigan, at least some of their like spooky games are at home. Yeah. They do have that Washington-Oregon stretch
Listen,
similar to Michigan.
I think Washington has a young big that can go head to head with
Jackson Kohler.
Yeah, with Jackson Kohler. So you got to be awake for these games, and I expect them to because
Right.
they're Tom Izzo teams.
Yeah. And then similarly to how Michigan is, like the back half of the schedule, February and March, they got to play Illinois. They got to go to Wisconsin, which is always kind of tough. Actually, going to Minnesota, that might not be that easy.
Minnesota just upset Iowa, and they've been playing some good basketball.
They get Ohio State at home, which is good. They got to go to Purdue, which is tough.
I haven't seen them play well at Purdue often. Like Purdue usually gets them in Mackey.
Yeah. They got to go to Indiana, and then of course you go to Ann Arbor to finish off the season.
Most likely, determining who wins the Big Ten.
Yeah,
that last game.
Very possible.
Yeah.
But similar boat. Like, they're probably gonna have 5-6 losses on the season, I think.
I can see that. Yeah.
They're at 2 right now, so it's basically giving them 3 or 4 more.
I think there will be at least like 3 games where their shooting is like very cold and it's hard for them to get something started.
Yeah.
Even though, listen, I told you in preseason, if Jackson Kohler starts hitting his ceiling, because he's always had the skill and he's been balling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised about how well his 3-point jumper has been.
Yeah.
Like he has been almost the best shooter on the team.
Right. Again,
Kurt Tang.
I still want to see what he does against like real bigs, but I mean, for the most part, he's been holding his own. So credit to him. And then, yeah. What other teams you want to talk about? We got time now. So
before we finish the MSU thing, I wanted to ask you a question about one specific player. Where does Cohen Carr come into your mind, the team situation right now? I've seen several MSU fans on social media like, it's not good that everybody's standing in the paint when you're shooting threes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic that you can swing games with your dunks.
Yeah.
But, like, he's supposed to be, like, a top 2 most important player on the team, especially when it comes down to the stretch. So how do you feel about, like, where Cohen Carr is now as a player and where he might be when it comes to the end of the season?
I've always been kind of negative about it.
I honestly think Kurt Tang has been more valuable for them. So, like,
yeah,
recently.
I get that Cohen Carr can be like energizing, but that's only going to be as effective at home. And so that's like my concern is like in away games, the momentum isn't going to shift as much because you're not going to have the crowd behind you on these big jams. You don't scare anybody with your 3 ball.
In certain arenas it can, because when he dunks, the crowd goes silent at some away games. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So, like, maybe in the tournament at neutral sites, maybe it helps. And then you have, like, the big following of Michigan State fans that can be there and hype the team up. But
you were mentioning the 3-point, yeah.
Yeah, like, it just doesn't scare you. He took 5 threes. He was 1 for 5. Like, there's just not. It's not consistent. It doesn't look all that comfortable still. And so, like, people are just going to leave you open. And then that just makes your offense more limited. And that's why I said, at least, I guess the good thing, like you said, is Jackson Kohler is hitting his shots. So that still keeps the floor stretched. But again, it concerns me when you have the lineups of, like, Jackson Kohler, Carson Cooper, and Cohen Carr in.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, they bring some energy,
and then if Jeremiah Fears is in there,
right,
you can't.
He's your facilitator.
Yeah,
but who's he facilitating to?
It's like you either got Kurt Tang or Divine, who I haven't seen much of Divine lately. But if you got Jordan Scott in there, sometimes he can hit 3, sometimes, yeah.
So to me, it's always been a concern. Like, I just want these younger guys to keep stepping up and hitting shots, but they've been kind of in and out. Again, Cam Ward, Jordan Scott, they're the guys that I really like and I hope could figure something out.
Has Trey Ford been hurt or just is he completely out of the lineup?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he was supposed to be like the transfer, the shooter.
And he played a lot in the early season too.
Yeah.
Like he was getting 15 to 20 minutes and his minutes have completely fallen off. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening.
And then Denim Wojcik.
Oh.
I just wanted to say the name to hear your reaction.
Come on.
Listen, his falling and his flopping, and his.
Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about
Listen, Izzo trusts him. Apparently, Izzo trusts him. So
He's got. Let me double check.
His percentages and stats are hilarious.
He's got 5 points on the season. So
14% from the field.
He's got a few 3 or
0,
a few
0, and
steals.
1.8 assists.
Yeah, 14.3% field goal percentage. But he's a hustle guy, I bet. So I don't.
Listen, he didn't put up many stats at Harvard. So
no.
Yeah, interesting addition.
Nick Sanders, should he be getting any time? Probably not, but he does.
No. I've heard a lot of hype on. Let me make sure I got his first name right, because I want to say Jesse McCullough.
Yeah,
I've heard some outlandish opinions on Jesse McCullough's ceiling from MSU. I heard somebody say like he's like Rasheed Wallace. I don't know what to think about Jesse McCullough.
I wouldn't worry about it. Again, I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I don't know. Again, that's my biggest problem with MSU still. It's like the depth is just a slight concern. Like some of them have shown up at times. Ugochukwu has actually been all right at times. Like you said, Kurt Tang has actually shown out a couple times. I want a little more consistency.
This is the most stereotypical Izzo team of all time, maybe.
Yeah.
Like they're winning and they're playing hard and they're separating from teams, but you don't know how they do it sometimes.
Yeah. I don't fully get it.
It's like they run sets they're one of the few teams. There are still a lot of teams that run sets, but they run something every time they come down the floor.
Yeah.
And they run hard in transition and
Oh, the one thing I wanted to talk about college basketball. James Najee. Former NBA draft pick, now at Baylor.
What are we actually going to say about this?
I don't know. I was just curious about your opinion. Like, he played in his first game.
I don't have an issue with. I'm trying to figure out how to put this. If you appear on an NBA team and you play NBA minutes, you should not be allowed to come back to college.
Yeah.
If you're like a year into the G League and you're not playing much and you can come back and you still have a lot of talent, like one of those high-level recruits that's just like in limbo, I have no problem with those guys coming back.
Yeah.
But if you're 3 years into the G League and you get a call up and you like wear the uniform of like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a 25-year-old NBA player.
Right.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
Nobody in college wants that.
Right.
It's too much.
Yeah, to me, it's a little bit wild as well. It's a kind of a awkward moment when I agree with Tom Izzo. He's really not happy about it. I guess, again, it's like the NCAA is just in such a weird spot right now with NIL and money stuff. And now it's like contracts are coming into play. Now we're going to talk about bringing NBA draft picks back to college. Like, are we going to bring NFL prospects back? Like,
that's never going to happen. that's not going to
Don't say it, Malik.
It's not going to happen.
Cam Ward coming back next year.
That's not going to happen. At that point, it's a safety risk. If you bring a linebacker that's been 3 years into that's a safety risk.
I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go next. But it's wild, and it's already happening. What was it? Kenneth Lofton was talking about going back to Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, that was.
He had some good minutes in the G League and stuff.
He did.
He had two-way contract.
He's been a monster in China. He's like 5 years out of college.
Yeah. Well, that's like insane. Tom Izzo was joking, and he was like, "Let's go get Miles Bridges, bring him back."
It's hilarious that he would bring up Miles of
all people. Yeah,
of all people.
Right. So yeah, is there any college team that you've enjoyed watching? We got like 5 minutes, but just a team that you want to point out before we wrap up.
I want to bring up Seton Hall.
Okay.
They had a disastrous year last year in Shaheen Holloway's first year as coach.
Mm-hmm.
He was the coach that had St. Peter's go on that like miraculous Sweet 16 run.
Yeah.
A few years ago. Like I said, last year they didn't have much talent. It seemed like their NIL backing wasn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
I think they won like one game in conference in the Big East. It was all around bad.
Yeah.
So far this year, they are 13-2 and 3-1 in conference.
Mm-hmm.
He brought in the right type of guys for that program. Bud Clark is a guard they brought in from Merrimack, I believe. He's like a small, just like tough East Coast guard. He's a leader of that team. They have a true freshman center named, I think his name is Najee Hines.
Mm.
He's like 6'10", like 270, a New Jersey kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, he has like really good footwork down. He's like an old school big man.
Yeah.
That has like good footwork and plays tough. I love watching Seton Hall play. The Big East isn't very good, but they've been like a shining spot of the Big East.
Right.
And Nebraska ball. I love Nebraska ball, Joey. Listen, Rink Mast shooting the lights out against MSU. Peyton Sanford shooting the lights out. Brayden Frager. Look into Brayden Frager.
Okay.
I think he's a redshirt freshman for Nebraska, but he's a lefty. He's very athletic. He's a very good 3-point shooter, and he just has confidence through the roof.
Yeah.
I love the Cornhusker basketball so much.
Imagine if this team had Casey on it.
Oh my God.
You'd be all dressed up in Nebraska
I'd
gear.
be a Nebraska basketball fan to the fullest if Casey was still on this
a
team.
true Cornhusker.
Oh my God. It would make like seeing the fan like buy into Nebraska basketball right now and how packed that arena is, like it's awesome to see. I love when programs that don't have much history of like success, when they have seasons like this. The whole community is in.
Yeah.
When they beat MSU, they storm the court. Like Fred Hoiberg, I don't know why he left Iowa State and went to the Bulls for like those 2 years. Like it clearly wasn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
He came back to Nebraska. It was a rebuild job. And Fred Hoiberg is a phenomenal college basketball coach. And Nebraska is 15-0. They have serious wins. They won at Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois is a very good team still.
Yep.
They've beaten MSU. They could be Michigan at Michigan. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I love their team and how they play. I'm a big fan of Nebraska ball.
Yeah, the Big Ten has been fun just in general. I still enjoy Illinois. They have 3 losses, but all of them are against ranked teams, really good teams. But
any team for you?
Huh?
I say any team for you
to
look forward to, or like
specifically, not really. Like I haven't dove into like the deep dive teams. I'm still a huge Iowa State fan. I just love their game.
We're still like mentally getting into college basketball season.
I've been mostly watching the top teams, so there's no like surprise team that I've really kept an eye out on yet. I'm curious to see what Virginia's been doing because they crept up in the top 25.
Have you watched a lot of the top prospects or it's like highlights?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, Darren Peterson, he
is something. Pulled himself out of the game.
He's had some
only
controversy.
Yeah,
they ended up beating TCU in overtime, but
after he pulled himself out of the game.
Yeah. But when he's playing, he's unstoppable old school 2 guard. Like he just has game on top of game.
Yeah.
AJ DeBansa is averaging like 24 and 8.
He makes things kind of look easy.
Yeah, it's the top 4 of this draft is going to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Cam Boozer had like 29 and like 10 against at Louisville.
Yeah.
In a win last night, and here I go. my episode ritual for getting names.
I feel like I should know the top prospects too, but
North Carolina starting small forward.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Where is it? Every episode I do this.
Yeah.
Caleb Wilson.
He's
averaging 19 and 11.
Yeah.
For UNC right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the best athlete in the draft. He's 6'10", 220.
Yeah.
Bounced through the roof.
Yeah, because him and Cohen Carr went back and forth for a little bit at the beginning of that game.
That dunk battle was ridiculous. But yeah, bounced through the roof. He has raw offensive game, but you could see it all there. His jumper looks smooth. Like he has turnaround jumpers and stuff down low. Yeah, it's the top prospects in this year's college basketball is awesome. And there's some emerging guys like Kingston Flemings from Houston, freshman guard. He's just an overall dog. Like I think he's averaging like 18 a game. On one of like the toughest, like grittiest teams in the country. He has the green light. He's been lighting it up for Houston.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of young guys that are just like balling out right now in college basketball.
And we'll slowly get into it a little bit more. Hopefully on the next episode, we'll go over some NFL playoffs, probably talk college football playoff finals, and then more college basketball, maybe more Pistons news as the trade deadline is, slowly approaching. More and more rumors are are starting. So other than that, we caught up on everything, and we'll basically be starting to switch into basketball mode, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But this has been Views from the Sidelines. We will see you guys next time.
We need to get Chris to get a Pistons 2026 champions tattoo, and I guarantee he'll do it.
Oh, jeez.
We'll find out if it's possible.